This is video number 4 of our Weeki Watchee Gardens driving tour. We're going to turn on the shoreline here, and then we're going to go down Darlene. We're on the north side of the river. This is one of my favorite restaurants on the Weeki Watchee River. This is Upper Deck. That's really good food, great patty melt. You have the Kayak Shack, which is a kayak rental facility. And we're just going to kind of run down some of these roads where you guys can see what the houses look like. Weeki Watchee Gardens is a non-HOA, was developed in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Everything's very eclectic here. You'll have a beautiful house next to a shitty mobile home. On the right side is the Weeki Watchee River, which is a natural spring-fed river which flows out of the Weeki Watchee Spring. Head Spring flows about 8 miles to the Gulf of Mexico. One of the great natural wonders of the world, and just beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go down Darlene. I'm going to catch a couple of these. On the right side here is all right on the river. We just passed a house that I sold last year. 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It sold for over $700,000. Hospital Hole is right over here, which is a natural sinkhole that goes about 100 feet deep. Just a beautiful lifestyle. The biggest issue you have is the fact that there's so many kayakers on the river. A lot of people come here. There's 4 or 5 places that rent kayaks. People get out on the water. There's a marina that rents little John boats to people. And a lot of the kayakers and a lot of the John boat people just don't know what the hell they're doing. And unfortunately, I no longer boat north of shoreline on the Weeki Watchee River. I have a 25-foot tri-tune. I'm too scared I'm going to run over some little kid that doesn't know what the hell they're doing and is swimming underneath the water. It's just too dangerous for me. Too many people, too crowded, too constricted. I just don't feel safe doing it for me and the people in the river, because most of the people in the river don't know what the hell they're doing. I've been a boater all my life. I've run boats all my life. And at some point, you just got to make the understanding that this is dumb. And it's reached that point. All right. So another little road here that's surrounded by canals that lead to the Weeki Watchee River on both sides. This is Alagora. Quick, simple little spike roads. You know, they're just 5 or 6, 10 houses, and that's it. You spend a lot of time in the truck turning around. But this kind of gives you an idea how beautiful a house you have in front of us. And then you look at this thing falling apart beside it. Hey, it's Weeki Watchee Gardens. It's going to be eclectic. You're buying your house for the value that you put in it, and you've got to really put blinders on and ignore your neighbors. Left side is Weeki Watchee River. Right side is canal homes that lead to the Weeki Watchee River. We're not even going to go down Gay Street because it's about 20 meters long. It ends right back there. All right. So we're going back by Upper Deck, back onto Shoreline Drive, right at the bridge. Want to make sure we don't get run over by somebody coming over the bridge, even though it's 35 miles an hour. Not everybody does that. Here's Ramada. We're going to slide down Ramada now. All right. These are on canals that lead to the Weeki Watchee River. We're about an hour from Tampa International Airport, hour and 15 minutes from Tampa International Airport here. This is a small river community located along the Weeki Watchee River. It is not an HOA. You have beautiful wildlife, very quiet. The whole thing was built out of cypress marsh, swamps, and saltwater marsh. So, you know, it's low. And these areas do flood more than most other areas. And the reason's kind of a dumb one. It's because when the Weeki Watchee River is always going to flow with millions of gallons of water coming out of the head spring, and when we get a strong storm tide, it really acts as a dam, and all that water that's trying to flow out the mouth of the river to the Gulf of Mexico can't go out. So all it can do is rise in the river and rise in these canals and rise onto this really low land. So this is really prone for flooding. Again, there's just river canals on all three sides as we bounce down these roads going back and forth to shoreline. Some of these canals are pretty narrow. 8-foot beam boat, no problem. My 25-foot tri-tune with the fixed upper deck and slide would have major issues with the overhanging branches. But jet skis, no problem. Bay boats, no problem. 25-foot center consoles with just a T-top, no problem. That was Waverly. Now we're bouncing back to shoreline. Again, trying not to get killed as I pull out on shoreline. Car, let's not go. Truck too. All right. I think that guy's succeeding 35 miles an hour. All right. Next road is Coventry. I'm going to go down Coventry here. Again, surrounded on both sides by saltwater canals. This really gives you the essence of what Weeki Watchee Gardens is like. And just a lot of these little roads on canals, mixes of single family homes, trailers. You will find a lot of Airbnbs in this area because Hernando County allows daily rent Airbnbs. And there's no restriction in this area because there's no HOA. You can tell that by the eclectic mix of houses we have. Little girl, her grandmother most likely, and her dogs. All right, turning out on the shoreline again. The next little road. Again, these are real super short canals on all sides. There's a canal in front of us, there's canals on the side of us, and you can just see the kind of eclectic mix of homes in the area. That was Aberdeen. So we're going to go back up Aberdeen. And we're back to shoreline. All right. And now we're getting to Waverly, and Waverly's actually got a long run because it runs pretty far back here, and there's a bunch of spike roads off of it. So we're going to ride back here on Waverly. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty This is video 4 of our Weeki Watchee Gardens tour, where we're touring around the streets and roads where you can see what this community looks like from the streets. I generally try to do boating tours, but it's really hard for me to get my boat into these little canals and up the Weeki Watchee River, especially on summer days or nice days when you have so many kayakers that are out. It's just hard to deal with because most of the kayakers have no control and they don't realize that I'm running a steel prop behind my boat that will chop people into little bits if you don't watch out. And the current's strong enough that you got to really keep it pretty firm. All right, guys, we're going down this road. There's a number of side roads that it's like this one coming up here, Bethesda. We're gonna kind of just look down Bethesda. So this is Bethesda. Some nice homes on Bethesda too. All right, let's go on down. So this is Bethesda. Again, eclectic mix of homes. Some of these are used as Airbnbs. Some of these are used as camps for the weekend. Again, this is a little side canal that loops right in front of us, that loops back to all the other canals in the area. Back to Waverly as we continue our tour along the canals and the Weeki Watchee River homes. You can kind of see what's out here. Some of these sit on the main river. Some of the other ones just sit on little spike canals. Well, guys, I'm going to make my way back up the shoreline, and then we will start the next video as we go down the next major streets in Weeki Watchee Gardens. You guys have a wonderful day. My name's Greg Clesius. I'm the broker owner of Gulf Coast Fishing Homes Realty. 813-394-4356. Have a great day. Bye now.